Hello, welcome to Wealthy Trades, a daily market forecast for March 19th, 2015. What a crazy day yesterday. The market put in an unbelievably huge range. In fact, let's look at the SPY. I mean, it hit a low of 206.62 and a high of 211.27. I mean, that is a huge range. We've seen a lot of volatility come into the markets lately, and it's been real kind of crazy. But for the market, and it opened at 207, as you can see, 207.39. The market literally put it in like a 2% range. That's a huge range day. And it's kind of crazy. We've got a lot of conflicting information happening within the dashboard. It's a very, very interesting day. And what I want to do is I want to figure out the best pairs because we have the quality gauge. We're technically, this might surprise some people, but we're technically still on a downtrend, but the quality is below 50%. And we've got some major conflicting information happening right now. For example, the XLP, the consumer staples sector, is the best sector to short in, technically speaking, right? But look at this. Out of the 39 stocks in the consumer staples sector, 71.8% of them are in a downtrend. But the XLP, the sector spider itself, the XLP, is moving up. So that in itself provides us with some interesting information that we could potentially structure some trades at. I'm going to look for the best pairs trades that I could possibly find, and we're going to see if we can structure something that makes some sense. So I'm going to dive in, and we're going to see what we can potentially come up with here. So the XLP itself is moving up, and the consumer staples sector is moving down. Therefore, what I don't want to do is I don't want to go short the XLP because technically it's moving up. But what I do want to do is potentially go short a consumer staples stock. So what I'm going to first do, I'm going to pair this with something, but I'm going to find the best consumer staple stock to short today, and then I'm going to try to find the best stock to pair that with on a long position. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So let's try to find the best stock. All right, so let's use our pair down analysis to do this, and I'm going to start with the levels to win profit. I want to make sure that I'm going to eliminate anything that doesn't make a profit on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to just do this real fast. I'm running a little behind here, guys, so I'm going to kind of do this a little fast today. All right, I'm going to eliminate MKC because it doesn't make money. I'm going to eliminate DPS. Okay, so now, so now we've narrowed it down to these ones. Now I want to make sure that it hits it at 50%, at least 50% here, and less than 50% here. That one's good. SJM is good. TSN. TSN is good. I don't love that it doesn't make a whole lot of money on the counter trend side, but that's okay. That one's good. GMCR is good, and that one's good. Now here's what I'm going to do. Anything that doesn't make all that much money, because we have some good opportunities here. So I'm gonna eliminate the ones that, like MDLZ only makes 68 cents in the counter trend side. Well, I know that there's other ones within GMCR, the other ones that do better than that. So I'm going to eliminate MDLZ because it's not that profitable. And then I'm going to look to see if there's any others that kind of stick out. Like the $1.28. I know there's probably some better opportunities, but let's just make sure. 72 cents. I'm going to eliminate that one. Like there's some that are pretty obvious. Like this is it makes $10 here. That's over 10%. Makes 3. That's good. SJM kind of the same thing. Makes well, actually SJM based on the size, I'm going to eliminate that one too. It only made $2.90 on a $100 stock. So this one I'm going to eliminate because it only makes $1.28 on. So now it's kind of down to these two. So let's look at GMCR, and both of these are really good. GMCR makes a bunch of money on the trend side, makes a bunch of money on the counter trend side. That's great. I'm going to probably choose Yep, GMCR is going to, because it only makes $3 here. GMCR is going to be the one I'm going to choose. All right, so GMCR, in my estimation, is the best stock to go short within the consumer staples sector. Consumer staples sector is the best sector to short in. Unfortunately, we're not going to short the XLP itself because it's moving up. So GMCR is the best stock to short within the worst sector in this downtrend, but we're going to pair it with a long. And I'm going to look at the best sector to go long in. All right, the best sector to go long in today is going to be the XLU. XLU is moving up, so I can move that over. I can also move the stocks in the XLU over, and we're going to find the best long position to go into against our short position in GMCR. Okay, it's a little bit different process, but with the market in such a choppy, crazy environment right now, we can't just, as much as some people want a very systematic approach, and yes, that's what we try to drive home, is a very systematic approach. We've got to use all the tools at wealthytrades.com to our disposal to come up with the best plan possible. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to eliminate. I'm going to just do this pretty quick. Eliminate anything that doesn't make money on both sides, if there is any. EIX only makes a little bit of money on the trend side. Alright, so they all look good. Now I'm going to eliminate anything that doesn't have over 50%, less than 50%. They all look actually really good here, to be honest with you. Really good. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities to go long in these. Okay, so they all look good. So now we got to find the best one. Okay, so the XLU itself looks pretty good. It's about 5%. So I'm going to base it on percentage of profit. So this one is not quite, not as good. Only makes $1 on a 49. And all right, so WEC, I'm sure I can find something better. This one only 66 cents. I'm sure I can find something better. This one only 76 cents. You see what I'm saying down there? I'm sure I can find something better. PEG, decent. Let's see, decent. This one's good. Over 10%, almost 10%. So EXC is better than PEG. ETR, good, good. Okay, so let's see here. I'd say EXC is slightly better than ETR, but it's pretty close. They both have a very high hit rate on the trend side. Let's see here. ETR has a 38.5% hit rate on the counter trend side. I'm going to pick ETR because it has a less. It hits the counter trend side less than EXC. So I'm going to pick ETR, and then CMS. CMS is good too. CMS 57 and 28, 63 and 38. Let's see the close. It closes above that 40% of the time and 13% of the time. They're both really good. CMS. I'm going to say CMS. It hits the counter trend side less than it does the ETR. So I'm going to say CMS, and then let's compare that to the XLU. 61, 34 point. CMS is a little more profitable, so I think it's kind of a coin flip between these two. I'm going to pick CMS. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go long CMS at the open, and I'm going to go short GMCR at the open. And the reason why is because the XLP itself, I can't go short in the XLP itself because it's in an uptrend, but it is the worst sector, so I want to find the stock that's it, the best stock in the worst sector to go short in. That's GMCR. And then the XLU, I could choose the XLU to go long in, but we found the better opportunity in CMS, so I'm going to go long in CMS. That is how I'm going to play today. Very interesting. We have a very interesting market. It's almost a coin flip. In fact, if we get a big rally today, it'll probably be an uptrend. So I'm going to, right at the open. In fact, we are technically opening real soon here. So right at the open, I'm going long in CMS, and I'm going short in GMCR. And that is how I'm playing today. Very interesting day, and we'll see how it works out. We'll talk to you tomorrow.